innovator, musician, songwriter, producer. Trevor Horn has created some of the most unique sounds in music. He co-founded the band, and their song was the first video played on MTV. This is the Buggles. And then he was also a member of and a producer for Yes. And I'm sure you all remember this song. He also helped write and produce this song.
Relax, don't do it when you wanna go to it. Relax, don't do it.
When it comes to synthesizers, mini moogs, and all that, there's no other Trevor Horn. Like and subscribe. English musician, songwriter, and composer Rod Temperton has influenced music without a lot of fanfare. So he kicked off his career as the keyboardist and principal songwriter for Heatwave, writing Boogie Nights and this classic.
Always and forever.
After Heatwave, he wanted to get out of the spotlight and focus exclusively on songwriting, even earning the nickname The Invisible Man. And in '79, Quincy Jones recruited him to write some songs for Michael Jackson's first solo bit. He also wrote the title track. He also wrote the title track to Thriller, among other songs on that album, wrote George Benson, and also wrote this #1 hit. Rod Temperton, folks. Huge influence. Born today, 1950 in Lincolnshire, English lyricist and poet, probably one of the greatest lyricists of our time, Bernie Taupin. Grew up on a farm. His family sold eggs, chickens, other things. Now, originally he wanted to be a journalist, but he was also into art. And at 17 years old, he responded to an ad. The same ad that Elton John responded to from this record producer. Now, neither one got the audition. Elton's like, I don't write lyrics, just music. Bernie's like, I don't write music, just lyrics. So the producer gave Elton Bernie's lyrics, and the rest is history. This was their first hit.
This is your song.
Now, Bernie Taupin also wrote lyrics for and songs for other bands like
We built this city on rock
and this song.
these trees.
Inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in '92 and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2023. I've had the moon all week. Canadian songwriter, musician, and music producer Jim Valence is best known as Bryan Adams' songwriting partner for all those amazing albums, including But like many producers and songwriters, these worked with many a group and band, including Heart.
What about love? Don't you love someone you care about you? What about
And a band who's worked with a lot of producers. Valence has worked with Aerosmith.
There's only one thing in that
Jim Valence is actually a pretty cool character. So check him out. If you've enjoyed his music, I'm Peter. Like and sub. Born today, 1940, New York City Hall of Fame songwriter Cynthia Weil and her husband Barry Mann has written some of the most recognizable songs for over 5 decades. Songwriters Hall of Fame, 87, Rock Hall, 2010. They wrote hits in the 60s for the Righteous Brothers. In the 70s for Dolly Parton.
Here you come again. Just
In the 80s for the Pointer Sisters.
he's so shy.
And also wrote a tune where a number of bands covered, but George Benson's is the one.
On Broadway.
They've also written for film, television, so many Grammys, been with BMI for over 50 years. With an Emmy, a Grammy, and 3 Billboard Music Awards. Diane Warren is one of the most prolific songwriters over the last 4 decades, working with artists such as Taylor Swift, Taylor Dane, James Ingram. She wrote a lot of the songs that you know over the last bunch of years, including this Aerosmith hit.
'Cause I miss you, baby, and I don't wanna miss a thing. 'Cause
She also wrote songs for Belinda Carlisle after the Go-Go's. And finally, what was this last one? Oh, Eldebard. Rhythm of the night. Check out Diane Warren. Like and subscribe. Born today, 1944, San Fernando Valley, LA County. Composer, record producer, and conductor. Mike Post learned how to play piano at 6. He was doing club dates at 15. 24 years old, he was the musical director for the Andy Williams Show, and then he hooked up with Stephen J. Cannell for the Rockford Files. And the A-Team. And then Dick Wolf and Stephen Baccio for Hill Street Blues. And he also wrote the incredible Law and Order theme song and the coming out of commercials scene change, ding ding. Mike Post has 5 Grammys, a number of Emmys, and considered one of the greatest television composers ever. Born today, 1956, in Staten Island, New York, American guitarist, songwriter, and record producer Reeves Gabrels got his first guitar at 13. His dad was a bit of a musician, and Reeves was interested in visual arts, went to Berklee School of Music, even though he dropped out. Throughout the 80s, he was in a number of bands, and then in 87 and 88, he started writing songs with Bowie, and that turned into Tin Machine.
Someone strikes.
Now, during his time with Tin Machine, he also toured and played with Paul Rodgers. In 99, he left Tin Machine and continued to do work with various artists as a session musician in Nashville. And since 2012, he's been the guitarist for The Cure. Inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2019. Reeves, happy birthday. Like and sub.